Let's see if this is working. Let's see if this is working. Does not appear to be. Let me come back. Does not appear to be. Let me come back.
Arcade Heroes.
Oh my gosh. Is this actually working? So can you guys see me and hear me? It works? Okay. Wasn't sure from my end, so alright. As you can tell, I am a very professional streamer. Alright, let me grab the kit and my other camera. I'm going to do this as a live stream as well as a recorded stream where I'll do the sped up version of everything. I'm good, how are you guys? Alright, let me grab the kit. It's not very big. I guess I should say not terribly big, but you know, it's got to hold the artwork and everything. So let me grab my other camera to point at this thing while I open it up, and we'll take it from there. Let's see about getting that situated correctly. Unfortunately, there's a few second delay. Whoa! Fortunately, it's nicely packaged. Alright, let me make some further adjustments here. Yeah, good to hear that you're free of COVID there, Blake. Got to enjoy COVID last January, about this exact same time of year. Sorry, just getting my other camera set up. And let's open this box. I suppose I should also share the link to the live stream so that others can see it. Yeah, it is good that we finally have this update. It's been quite a while coming, quite a long time coming, but better late than never, as they say, right? Sorry, I'm just getting the live link here so that I can share this on social media channels. So I'm going to share it on our Discord really quick. And go to Twitter. Let's share that. And then let me get get back to where I was so I can see you guys chatting and what you're saying. So, yeah, Blake, if you want to come down, you can join once again on a live stream or an unboxing thing as you did with Outnumbered. So, which you guys can probably hear in the background. A few of my other games are on, and so that makes it a little noisy here. But there's nobody around yet other than myself. But let me get my camera here so that can film this part of opening this, and we'll get started. I guess this is all just a little bit awkward as far as how that goes. Whoop. This thing really wants to fall. On this side. So, first off is the new .5DX Plus Plexi glass for one of the machines. And we have Maximum Tune .5DX Plus for the, that's for the terminal. Got a manual with our USB sticks as well. And another wing and terminal thing. And another thing for the wing and terminal. This goes on the back to tell you what to do on the terminal itself. And for some of the questions in the chat, I will get to those in a minute when I can really look at it. This would be for the back of the seats on the cabinet right there. Or, sorry, right here. And the second one. And then we have the backing. This goes on first, and then that plexi that I showed you earlier will go on next. Go in front of it. Another one of those. Roar through at over 300 kilometers an hour. Which is always a little amusing, since in the States we don't use kilometers per hour usually. But they do everywhere else on the planet. And then the last piece there. So that's the kit. Let me get this out of the way. Alright. Sure you guys don't want to see my crotch there. Alright, let me catch up here. Do I have House of the Dead arcade machines? I do have a House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, not at this location, at my other location. And so I do have footage of that on my channel, I believe. I also have a channel that's called Arcade Galactic, and that's where I also post stuff too. Alright, so let me take a look at the manual and see what's supposed to be done next. I probably could just do all the artwork, although it might make more sense to install the software first, because I believe it has to download, and so that's probably going to take some time. So I may as well might make more sense to do that first and get that started downloading, and then start changing out all the artwork. So let me take a quick look here. Surprisingly thick manual for something like this. We've got 4 USB sticks as well. It might be good on my own, but I don't ever mind help. And so it's parts like this that are usually in my unboxing stuff that I don't show. Like most of my unboxings take like 4 or 5 hours because it's a full machine and you do need to look through the instructions, but that's not very fun to watch. So I'll try and I guess make it entertaining if I can, or I could just read dryly from the manual if that's exciting. I love how they mention all the different tools you should have used to access this in advance before you could open it. Have I read the Wing and Midnight manga? I have not. I have been interested in it. I know isn't there an anime of that too, which I'd like to check out. Check this, check that, etc., etc. Turn off the power, already did that. Replace the sign sheet, transfer the software. So they do suggest that we change out the artwork prior to transferring the software, but I think I'm going to be a rebel and skip ahead on all that. Hey Clay, and Akula, and Jitter Doomer, and anybody else that's joined. So I'm just reading the manual right now to figure out the proper procedure for transferring the software. The guard panel. Okay. I think this has to be done at the kiosk. That I'm not sure about. It doesn't really say. Let me take a look here. It's definitely not there. The only thing that's confusing me is it's talking about modifying the driver cabinets here in the manual, but that does not look like the driver cabinet that I'm aware of. It's a different type of door than that. Although it might be might be talking about the reader up here. So I gotta get a different key for that. 1 second. That's definitely not it. So it must just be on the back of the machine. So I'm going to move this camera and the other camera. Right, that's what I was thinking, is it just goes directly into the PC. So, hi, how's it going? We don't have any, no. You'll have to head down to the store called Motabella and you'll find the public restrooms there. Go to the store called Motabella. They're about 7 shops down. The joys of operating in a mall. Okay. Apologies for some wonkiness. Gonna go on now. Whoops. Oh. I guess. Okay. I had another camera here. I thought it was attached to that, but I guess not. So let me just squeeze my laptop back behind this machine. I have to move it over a little bit. Okay. We'll see if there's enough light back here. Looks like it. Guess if any of you have ever wanted to go behind an arcade machine, which you shouldn't do unless you know what you're doing. Alrighty. Let's see about getting this situated correctly. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay. This will be the exciting part where I install a USB stick. Yeah, I do wish that they would have updated the PC to this or thrown a new graphics card, especially for how much it costs. Because unfortunately, Maximum Tune 5 is not the best looking game out there. Particularly, you notice there's no anti-aliasing, so lots of jaggies. And so, yeah. Just setting up my other camera here. Their USB sticks. There's 3 different sticks here. And then for you guys to see a little bit there. If you want to come down, Blake, that's fine. Just don't know how far away you live. How far along I'll be by that time. Yeah, it's if you guys haven't seen it, I have an unboxing of these machines that I did back in 2018. So I assume a lot of you have already seen that one. But if you haven't and you want to see what it's like to put together a full arcade machine, then that and some of the other unboxing stuff that I have will work for that. I'm going to get my scissors because these are proving to be a little bit of a pain to pull apart. Yeah, that's what I've also heard too, and that's what Namco was saying. Because when I went to the IAPA trade show a few months ago. If any of you saw the 5DX Plus footage that I captured from the show, Namco was saying that most fans don't seem to like 6 for whatever reason. I've not played 6, so I don't know what the issues are, but that in general, most fans do like 5DX Plus. Yeah, running with scissors. Just like the old Weird Al album name. Jeez. Sounds like they vacuum sealed these things. There you go. Okay. Grade USB memory. Then we have these smaller ones here. Okay. EX drive. Just showing that off there. So we have this dongle thing here. And we got 2, 3 of those other dongles. Okay. So this one mentions it goes right into the terminal. So at least I know that. So let me go back and grab the manual again, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so the manual says a bunch of stuff about removing a driver guard panel, but I don't see that existing in my machine. So, okay. So it looks like I have to do one cabinet at a time, and it looks like it does come off with the USB stick. So let me plug that in, and we'll go from there. Let's get my camera here in case you can see it. Let's see. There's the old dongle. New dongle in. Recharge the MB line? Not that I'm aware of. I'll have to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been aware of anything involving that. Grab the manual again. Okay, it looks like I gotta turn on this cabinet now, so I'll do that. I guess that'll start installing it. And it looks like I have to do this for each cabinet and then the terminal as well. First. Turn the machine on. Move the laptop back. Gotta move my power cable. Oops. Dropping stuff. Okay, see if we get a good look at that. Is that installed? Good old Linux. Asking me to update the file. Not the update file. So I need to get my keys for that. Alright. Well, hopefully the power doesn't go out now. Knock on wood. Did recently, and so that would be just great. I guess while that does its thing, copying, I'm going to install the dongle in the other machine real quick. Oh, hey Nick, how's it going? Just doing a little upgrade here. Exciting as we watch the percentage zoom through. But I'll have to start doing the artwork here now. So I'm going to find the tools to start pulling the bolts out. Which I guess I should have had prepped in advance. Almost there. I just gotta love it when it says something like 100% done and then it starts over again at something else. And I'll see if I can do both the back panel of the chair here and the install. Hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. This is why I usually do sped up versions of these unboxing things, since that's a little more exciting. And I can put music to it. Oh yeah, Dead Heat. Yeah, I remember that one. I haven't seen one in a long time. But even harder to come across would be the Dead Heat Riders. Don't know how many of you guys have seen the that version, but if you haven't seen Dead Heat out there, that was kind of Namco's attempt at kind of doing like Cruise and Blast meets Maximum Tune. So just removing all the tuning parts out of Maximum Tune and I guess dumbing it down to a different type of audience. But Dead Heat Riders was their answer to Superbikes. But that was very, very short-lived. And if anybody's interested, I do have a video on the channel that shows Nirin, which was kind of Namco's answer to Superbikes before Dead Heat Riders was. It was 2008. And Dead Heat, yeah, it's. I mean, if you compare it to Maximum Tune, it's sad just because it lacks so much content. You know, it only had 4 tracks. I have complained about Cruise and Blast only having like 5, and Dead Heat only had 4. And so it just didn't have a lot of content there, and of course you didn't have any of the tuning going on. And like Nick mentions there, just ends when you cross the finish line, which is something that I think also happens with Mario Kart Arcade, or all the Mario Kart arcades, I believe. And for anybody joining us, we're in the middle of installing the software to Maximum Tune 5DX Plus, an arcade exclusive game. And this was just released last week. My kit, they told me that it shipped out last Tuesday. Surprisingly, it took a week to get here from Chicago, which normally it's only a couple of days. I know a lot of places out there, like Round 1 USA, most of them have already received their upgrade kits and everything, so. Guess I should have a power tool for doing this. Yeah, that's actually the best litmus test for seeing how good an arcade game is just let it sit there and see what happens when nobody's doing anything. If the game plays itself, then it's obviously meant for casual players. But if it doesn't, then it's for more serious players. But Cruise and Blast does that, Mario Kart does that, and they do they write off a lot of the name. But like Nick said, from Arcade Hunters, it's yeah, you can't argue with the earnings. Hey Xavier, how's it going? I'll be honest, I haven't played Dead Heat in a long time. Last time I saw it was at Disney Quest, right before they closed, which was 2017, I think. So I can't remember it completely. Alright, there we go. There's the old artwork, which I'll have to find something to do with that, I guess. And time for the new. go. Sorry, with this delay, it's a little bleh. Oh, and first time removing the. Film. I didn't hear anything about having to return any parts, so I'm not sure. If anybody's interested, maybe I could do an eBay listing. That, or I can make them wall art for a time. Oh, and I just noticed the screen now says that the update's done to power down. So I'll move the USB update stick to the other machine and get that one started on the update process. Yeah, that's a good point. I could give that seat for a tournament. We actually did try to have two tournaments last year, and nobody really showed up, and so that was sad. But there are some local fans here that do want to do some tournaments, so maybe with this, it'll get enough people excited to come out and do it, and maybe offering these Maximum Tune 5 cabinet parts is a good incentive. So I'll have to try that. Okay, not sure which direction I should point the camera in now. Maybe. Got the other machine starting to load, so maybe I'll just keep working on this while that does its thing. So, pretty sure that Maximum Tune 7 is in development. I don't know when it would be coming out. I was told today that Japan is going into a state of emergency tomorrow, as they just broke their own records for COVID cases. And that's been very, very difficult on Japanese businesses, particularly arcades over there, in surviving. And oops, I better go hit the thing for the update. But, I mean, Japan itself didn't have a ton of releases last year. Namco themselves, they only released the new Gundam Pawns of the Battlefield 2 machine, which, by all accounts I've heard, has been a big flop. Which isn't surprising, given that the game can be anywhere between $70,000 to $150,000, and in this environment right now, that's just not. It's not good to where that's one of your very few games out there. Now, of course, there's the X Arcadia, which I've mentioned a lot on the site and in videos and stuff. So they've been keeping things going. Yeah, for Maximum Tune 7, yeah, they just did get the 6RR update. like I said, I don't know when Maximum Tune 7 is going to be released. I would be very surprised if it was this year or by the end of this year. I would have to assume. I mean, well, a lot of it depends on how things pan out with the pandemic and business in Japan. I mean, I guess if things turn out better than they expected, then maybe it could be released by the end of this year. And Namco did say on the Maximum Tune fans Facebook page, I think, that most likely 7 would be the one that would be able to come to Europe. Because I know there's a lot of European Maximum Tune fans that would love to see the game, and seeing this right here is probably pretty frustrating since you can't get this over in Europe. And I guess I'm not 100% sure why they restricted that. To me, it's like if somebody just wants to buy it, may as well let them. But I'm sure they have their reasons. Yeah, it would be nice if everything was easy and quick to update like that with the USB stick. Like my X is out right now, getting updates on certain games, but it means I have the whole machine's down. So that isn't the best. Well, my understanding is that Namco is basically going to skip 6. Like 6, 6R, 6RR are going to be completely skipped here in the States. And so we'll have 5DX Plus for however long, and then they'll go to Maximum Tune 7.
I'm insane.
Yes, you are. And we've got Blake joining us now. So he was on the chat earlier, and now he's on camera. So I better be careful what you say and do.
Hey, I couldn't see it happen at work, so I wanted to see it here.
All right, yeah, you missed out on that. Well, that one's currently the one that's updating right now. So it's just, the USB sticks and everything. And so I'm just taking the opportunity to swap out this back art.
There's a rare screen on a system this one you'll barely see.
Right. But like I said, it would have been nice if they would release like an updated graphics card. Of course, I know right now getting graphics cards is a nightmare. So,
and video cards are always in demand, so.
Yeah, they're in huge demand right now. Well, I think they're skipping 6 here just because, this thing is a big expense. And it would be asking a lot for operators to, have that many updates so quickly back to back just because it's taken a while. And part of the problem is licensing. Like, that's one of the reasons why this one took so long is because of the licensing. And they were telling me about the licensing back in, 2018 and how many problems they were having with it, or it might have been 2019. And they were also mentioning, how much it costs for getting these licenses done. That's just it's insane. It would blow your mind. I'm not at liberty to say how much it costs, but it's a lot of money. And so I also think that's the reason why Europe is a problem too, and why they can't sell it there, is just because the licensing deals over there become even more of a pain, and it's a huge cost as well.
Doesn't Europe also have an issue with having arcade games on the internet and that?
Yeah, there's also things like that. Like with Europe, it's a big problem just because you have so many countries and you have so many regulations and so many different things that come into play with an online game and stuff like that, and licensing, yada yada. That it's yeah, those are the old dongles. So
they actually had caps on them. Wow.
Yep. Let me move this over here so you can kind of, sort of, not really see it.
I mean, knowing Namco, you could probably give an example of every game is serialized to its own thing. Everything is especially serialized.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's just Namco. But they're great.
Let me see. What should we do next? I guess I could get started with this, but
Well,
Yeah, so
they're
it's
using
just
new-
a single USB stick that upgrades, and so
I can tell they have a different kind of dongle on there. They got a monitor Sentinel HL.
yeah. So like here's the one that's updating right now. So like here's the security dongle, that's the USB dongle.
Right.
So.
I'm glad that you upgraded the dongle to us now. I believe the newer Sentinel HLs have that security, so.
Yeah, well, that's always a problem too.
It's gonna get cracked either way.
Yeah, but you know that's also the thing too when it comes to like I was talking with Blake here. Another consideration, like you have licensing, that's a problem. You have internet, that's a problem. There's a fee with that. But security as well is a problem too. I'm sure some of you know or have heard that Sega's all.NET Cross Multi Network, which is also known as APM3, recently got cracked.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah. And so all the games became available, and that immediately caused most of the developers to say, we don't want to do things on this anymore because, you know, it's like, why would we put a game out there that we've spent millions of dollars on developing and then it just is out there for free?
I believe
And
Sega
so,
still does like their own security protection, like they make their own in-house one. So I wouldn't be surprised if the weakness was doing it, because I mean, BitLocker's not enough.
Yeah, it's not. And then to Xavier's question there, couldn't they deface the cars and avoid paying licenses? I would think so, yeah. I mean, yeah, it would detract maybe to some degree on an interest of the game for people that really, really want to have those licensed cars. But, I mean, if I was an operator in Europe, I would say I would take that over nothing. Or just having Maximum Tune 3, which, gosh, when did that one come out? It was like 2008, I think, or 2007.
Oh, green screen.
Green screen. Okay, so our update's done on this machine here. So I will.
I gotta get a picture. These
Sure,
are
no
rare
problem.
ES1 screens you're never gonna see every day. I'm a nerd. Don't you also have to update the terminal with the USB drive?
Yes. So that's the next step. And let me just double check.
Because before you
Actually,
turn
reading
that
the manual, I know that's not always the best thing to do, but.
So I want to update the terminal first, because that's what determines if the game's going to boot up or not.
Well, according to the manual, which didn't have everything correct here, it did state to do each machine first, and then comes the terminal itself. So what I'll have to do is we'll have to put the backs of the machines on, and then wheel them back into place, and that'll give me access to the terminal, and then we'll update that.
Right. I'm guessing now you can update the second machine, I guess.
Yeah, both of these are updated now.
Oh, you already updated the
Yeah,
second
yeah.
one?
So they're good to go. So we could do the terminal. I'm just checking on the chat really quick. Let's see. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, there's one reason why a lot of developers in Japan started going over to Sega APM3 instead of Nessica, is because Nessica was cracked. And again, like if you put yourself in the boots of the developers, like they're spending millions of dollars they're investing millions of dollars to create these games. You know, you have artists, you have coders, you have sound guys, in the arcade you have hardware guys. There's all these different expenses that go into it, and so if you know that all this work is going to be available for free and that's going to kill how it earns and how it sells in the arcade, then you're not going to do it. And so, I mean, yes, obviously it's true that security always gets hacked at some point, but they still got to try as best they can to stay ahead of those hackers. But the moment that everything can become available there, it really lessens the desire for developers to want to put stuff out on the arcade side. Yeah, particularly third-party developers. Right, and then there's other challenges in Japan, like revenue share, that we don't really have here. That also create a big problem for operators as well, because like in Japan, something like this, an operator like me would have to be paying out fees all the time to Namco for that. Now we kind of have that with this, but it's a flat rate fee, and for how much this game makes, more than covers that, so I'm okay with it. But if it was like 50% of my earnings, which I've heard exists over in Japan, then I'd probably say no to this. And so, how loud is the game? It's loud enough, but that's one thing with Namco arcade games. Their volume controls, it's kind of crazy. Like you can put it at volume level 3 out of 15, and it's loud. So I never put anything close to the loudest on Namco ones, just because I don't want to blow my speakers out. I don't want to make people deaf either. I have tinnitus, and so ringing in the ear, and so that's probably from some stuff like that. Yeah. So okay. Well, Blake and I are gonna move these machines back, and then I'll be back to talk some more. What's that?
Oh no, you're fine. You're saying Yamper games are loud? You should try adjusting the volume on Lost Land.
Well, that's an Namco game.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's loud even with the even though it's like in an enclosed dome.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
every
single Namco game I've ever.
It's like the music you can hear, but you can hear them guys screaming. When I just walk past by, it's like, stop. I get it. Hey, have you ever gone to the steering piece and like an old current?
Yes.
How do you use like 6 seconds to reset? But like, how do you prevent it from like happening all the time?
Well, it doesn't happen all the time.
Really? It's been happening constantly with one car machine. Like, it'll go on and off.
Right. So that's the thing where I'm not sure what causes it or what the best preventative is.
You're thinking it's like
I would love to hear.
Well, from what Joe was telling us, he didn't have to measure the IO like the electricity because there's like an overflow of electricity, which is like why.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. If it's something like an adjustment on the power. Okay, let me move this back so you guys aren't looking at my butt.
Let's tell you this. Place the string IO doesn't always help. Sometimes you really gotta. Oh, what did that say? Actually, get the multimeter and find out what's going on, what's overflowing, but you have to find it, you have to find it in the exact moment it overflows. Right. It looks like it's the same issue with Mario. It's the same thing happens with the Mario Kart machine as well. I mean,
yeah,
they are the same. Basically, have the same hardware. You know?
Otherwise, I'll get crushed. Although we should have put them back all the way because
It was funny, the Mario Kart machine, even though it's the same time, they have a power switch in the point door. Yeah. Which is weird. How they then just redesigned, how they didn't do that same design for Mario Kart came out. The fun company because they made the Mario Kart. Why didn't you just do the same car from the car as well?
Okay. So now that those are in place, going to get the keys to the kiosk and update what's called the Wing terminal. And while that's doing its thing, then we'll probably just do more of the changing out the artwork. Let me see if I need to catch up on anything here. Yeah, revenue share is a huge thing over in Japan. And that's where the X Arcadia has, it's the only non-revenue share system that's out there right now, as far as I'm aware. And so that's a huge benefit to them, and that's why it's sold very well over there too. I know they have well over 200 sales. I'm not sure the exact number. I just know it's above 200. I've also heard that Akai Katana is selling very well there too. And so, yeah, and that was when like Taito actually did look at doing Nessica here in the States several years ago. For those that aren't aware of what Nessica is, think of it kind of like Steam for arcades, but it would have had a revenue share system where every arcade operator would have to pay per play or something like that of their revenues to Taito, and sometimes to the developers as well, to the third-party developers. And so because of that, it's just not really feasible for most operators to want to get, just because, you know, yeah, Round One USA has it. I think does Round One have any Sega APM3?
No, they only have basically our PCs as of right. I still haven't heard anything about us getting access to that.
Okay.
Well, we basically will have at my Round One specifically, we'll have like a section where it has like older PCB games, which are all in built systems. Then we'll have our Nessica Live systems, which we usually have a combination of Nessica Live 2 and Nessica Cross Live 1.
Right.
And then of course we also have Street Fighter 5, which I guess that really doesn't count as Nessica Live.
Well, it is Nessica. It's just I've heard that.
It does have a Nessica hardware though.
Yeah, I have heard that Street Fighter 5 is kind of a dud.
Yeah, it's okay. And of course we have Tekken 7, which is, we have the US version, so yeah. And Tekken 7, I mean, it's the US version, but it's still a fun game because it's Tekken. And of course I say that because I love Tekken, and that's kind of a bias thing to say, so.
Okay, let's update this terminal.
I don't think there's access to the computer from the front. You're probably going to have to move it.
I'm not sure. In the manual, it says that the access is in the front. So
then again, they reference. Well, then again, I'll say this: the Namco reference uses a lot of pictures from the Japanese manual. So.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is like everything they showed in for this here.
Yeah, they took Japanese screenshots. So yeah, yep. A USB item as I thought. Like I said, they do take screenshots from the Japanese cabinets, which has a different build, which I don't know why, but I mean, it helps, I guess, in some way.
Not entirely. Okay, so I'm going to have to, because of the way that things are set up here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of a cramped spot. Let's see if I can show that right. Oh, that's right. So, sorry about the delay here, but yeah, I'm going to see what I can do to get this situated and get the terminal updated. But I'm going to have to crawl behind the machine, so feel free to talk amongst yourselves, or I'll let Blake talk with you while I...
Idea, you could move the token in the ATM.
Wow, that's big.
They're small, though.
Small, but...
Oh, the camera's delayed, I just noticed. Hi, guys.
Yeah, I can get through there.
Oh, Arcade Belgium's here. That's cool.
So it's just a PC on this.
It is. It's the same ES1. They literally took whatever leftover maximum 10-4 age of computers as they could.
So,
Want me to go back there and plug it in?
oh, it's fine. I'm just going to show them really quick. I also need to get some
did it come with
footage.
a different USB?
Yes.
Or, oh, that's just the dongle, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the dongle. I better make sure that I didn't accidentally put the wrong dongle.
The packaging. Oh, give me one second to see the bit.
What?
Give me one second to see the bit.
Yeah, that's the fun of arcade operation is I'm always getting kids yanking as hard as they can on this. If it's not the shifter, then they do that.
I don't understand how kids are able to break the title on my store. Sorry.
There's a question for you there.
Oh, there's a question for me. I actually played Wangan at 3DX Plus. Basically back at home, my hometown which I'm actually not from Utah. I'm from Arkansas. Actually, knew someone that actually owned two twin pair of Maximum Tune 3DS Plus, the international version. That's when I started to fall in love with Wangan Midnight in general. But yeah, I still like 3DX Plus, even though I know my friend who owned them always had problems with the N2 computers with them because, from what I know, they've been trashed. But he probably knows more than I do on those older cabinets. So yeah. I must be dreaming. All I had to do was just intrude my way in. Sorry. There's no difference with this. There's literally no difference. Except the
Save me the
just
trouble.
the seal sticker, I guess. So you could probably just keep that as an extra part then, you know?
So I did make a big mistake here. So I did put the wrong security dongle in this machine here. I put the terminal one in that one. So hopefully it works and didn't key it to that machine. I don't know. So that was my own dumb fault. But we'll see if it works. But I'm going to go film some stuff from behind on this really quick, and then I'll get this camera over on the terminal so you can see what that update process looks like there.
See, the thing was for a longer time. Alright. Copy the update file, restore system. I guess I'll click on it now. You actually have to manually select to copy the update file. That's annoying. Oh, you just do it with that file? Okay, that's good. You don't actually have to hook up the keyboard. Well, I mean, that's how you do it now. It's just literally working on Windows applications.
Put this back here.
So
So the kits, I think it's 6,000 per seat on the upgrade kit. But the dedicated, I'm not sure. You'd have to talk to your distributor. But I think it's supposed to be roughly about the same price as what this was prior, which is somewhere around 10 to 12,000 per seat, I think. But again, that depends on the distributor.
Of course, you have to buy two in the truck.
Am I interested in the Legends Pinball Operators Edition? Yeah, I could be. I'd like to see pricing. I'm not. I guess the one problem that I have sometimes with multi-game things like that is they become very confusing to customers, and so when you have a lot of options, most customers, their eyes just glaze over and they don't know what to do. So like if you've ever seen those 60-in-1 type cabinets, they don't necessarily do very well just because there's just too many options there and the UI is confusing. And so I did like what I saw about that one at IAPA, but at the same time, it's just I'd like to see how it works on location before investing in one, and so
Can you
maybe.
can you test that theory out with the new extra cap at Hawkins? Like, do you only
Yeah.
have dip on Turbo Marathon?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's not quite the same. It's like,
How's that game doing, by the way?
it's been doing all right. I mean, it's like it's kind of the concept of why MAME doesn't work. Like, let's say that MAME was legal to put into an arcade, which is not, but for argument's sake, it was. And you had a game that had 3,000 games on it. It actually wouldn't earn very well, and that's because it just has too much. And so when it comes to these multi-game things, less is more, so to speak. Just because for most customers, they don't want to look, spend an hour looking through 3,000 games. It's like if any of you remember what it was like being at a Blockbuster and trying to find something to rent. At least for me, back in the day, I would spend like an hour trying to find something that I wanted when I just went there without looking for anything specific. And so, yeah. So let's see if we've got any other questions. I mean, with the EXA, I haven't had people get too lost. It can happen, but not in the same way of like the one of your other multi-game cabinets. But it just depends too. But I have seen sometimes it is better to just only have one or two games on something like that than four. But it also depends. Sometimes people just need to find something and then they pick up on it and then they love it. And so it just sometimes things need discovery. But let me situate this camera so that we can start removing other artwork. I guess we'll do this next seat here.
I'll tell you this, UI on the 61 is better than the one on like the Pandora's box, just because it actually shows you previews of the game.
I thought Pandora's box did. I've only come across the Pandora's box like once or twice.
They really just
at trade shows, funny enough.
It's literally just like a scrolling list of name games, and you basically only see the preview game when you hover over the name.
I guess it would depend on the version. I did see a version of Pandora's box that actually did show you.
I think it's confusing because instead of hitting the start button, it doesn't immediately start the game. It actually just when you hit, it's like an animation where it's like it says like the whole boot up emulation crap. I don't like really Pandora's box that much.
Well, like I said, it just gets confusing for most people to have to,
especially in the 21st century.
Yeah.
I agree with you, CD8.
Oh, so there was an round one that did get two game EXA there. Yeah, like I'm just not interested in stuff like Pandora's box and whatnot, or like I know you can get Neo Geo multi-carts as well, but it's just like for a collector, those things are fine, but in an arcade business environment, it just doesn't work.
Sadly. I feel like people get confused.
You need a power tool.
People feel like they're confused on Esco Live, but I don't know if it's really just this selection of the multi-games or if it's the fact that most of this is Japanese.
Well, yeah, that's another thing too that I've discovered as an operator is if a game's in Japanese or Chinese or any other language, people don't play it.
Unless it's a table flip game.
I mean, you can have something with a hook like the table flipping game that.
And I know that because we used to have it.
Well, but that's the thing is used to, obviously it stopped during.
It's still somewhere in Utah, am I right? It's still somewhere in Utah. Someone had to save it from going in the dump.
Sure.
Chat, silence.
Oh, you got to play the new Dodonpachi.
Oh, hey, Chad, should Adam get the new Dodonpachi for the EXA? Please, I've been trying to convince him to.
Well, if you guys can convince me that it'll make as much as the $2,000 that it costs.
Please. I'm telling him it will do better than Knockout Blue.
Well, that might be true.
It will be true. It's got more waifus and it's easier.
Although I am really tempted by the new Cotton game. Because like one thing for me and my customers that I've noticed is that they love games that look cute. So like I have Gimmick Exact Mix, and I've been surprised by how many people play that game. They usually don't give it a second try because it's so tough. but they still try it because they love the vibrant colors and how cute it looks. And so, looking at Cotton Rock and Roll Exa, I think it might attract that same kind of crowd, but it's a much easier game to approach.
And also Cotton's cute. Cotton does look cute.
Oh yeah, it's,
I wanted to actually
wasn't that really the first cute 'em up?
I think so. I need to play one. I haven't played one of them yet.
I played it at IAPA and I enjoyed it. It was fun. And then of course the Exa version will have 2 players and stuff.
Of course, you were bragging to me on Discord how you got to play Akai Katana.
Yes, I did get to play Akai Katana. I thought it was great.
I
wish I could tell you guys about all the other Exa stuff that I know is in the works, because there are some big things coming. But gotta wait for the official announcements.
You gotta keep all those parts.
Yeah.
Good, be a collector.
Well, somebody in the chat that I know, he mentions these old parts could make for good things to offer for a tournament. So may have to do that. May have to
do
try
like a
tournament
antique
again.
prize, you know?
Right.
Billy Mitchell and IAPA. What am I supposed to say about Billy Mitchell?
Let's see. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to catch up here on the chat. Oops, looks like our that's done. So I'm just gotta power it off and then turn it off and then.
And you move the machine back.
I'll get there. I can fit. I'm tiny enough.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I'm 6'1", so. Or actually, I'm 6'1.5", according to while I was going for Christmas, I discovered I'm actually taller than I thought. So I just keep growing. I'm a tall man. I'm big. I'm a big guy. See, Chad can't even can barely even see my face because I'm so tall. Oh, before we lose you stuff, you want to go and get the rest of the artwork on?
We can do that while. Because I think there's some other process that I'm loading what I saw.
Oh, hey, it's All Castle Games.
Okay, let me just consult the manual here really quick and see what our next step is. Do I plan on getting Samurai Showdown 5? So that's actually something I did film at IAPA, but I was unable to publish it. And it was very good. I guess I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, because every time I put that out in on my Neo Geo, it doesn't get played almost at all. And so why that is, I don't know. But if people were interested in it, sure. I think fighters are a much easier thing to do well in the Exa than the shoot 'em ups. Like they do really well in Japan, but it's still kind of a tough thing. Even if you have fans.
I'm surprised that they decided to do an older Samurai Showdown instead of like the new ones that's like on XR. Nessica. Because there's a newer Samurai Showdown.
No, I did not see Billy Mitchell at IAPA. I did see him at IAPA like 10 years ago. Back when the first Pac-Man Battle Royale had come out, and so he was looking at that. I don't know if he got it for his arcade that he used to have at the Orlando airport or not, but as far as I know, that's not around anymore.
He owns an arcade?
He used to, but then it closed down. It was at the Orlando airport.
I'm going to keep my work site ones up doing this.
Yeah, and All Castle Games there in the chat also has an Exa.
Oh yeah, I did see pictures of that before on like the Facebook page.
Yeah, he actually has 2 X's, and that's the thing to remember too for anybody that's in the that's watching about that. No, I do not want to buy your Mock Storm. Is SNK is a partner for X Arcadia, so that does mean that any of those games that were popular on the Neo Geo MVS could come to it. You know, King of Fighters. For me, if I got a King of Fighters on my Exa, I know it would just blow up. It would do really, really well because I have a Neo Geo, I have a Neo Geo MVS. I have King of Fighters 98 on there, and it always does.
Yeah, and
really
I see
well.
someone raging because they keep dying.
Right. But
Wait a minute.
anyways, let me see what I'm supposed to do here and service panels.
Actually, I got a question for all Castle Games. Do you guys still have your Tekken Tag Tournament 2 PCB?
Wow, you knew about that.
What? I go on Facebook and look at arcades?
Oh, that's fine. I'm just surprised you recognize that.
Yeah, I remember seeing it like they had like the, Fun Glow as well.
Yeah, I know there's a big debate with the EXA and pricing, and for the arcade environment, yes, the prices are fair. I understand that they seem really high for the collector's market, but that's the thing is they did not develop it for collectors. I mean, it'll eventually become a bigger collector's item, I'm sure, but in the arcade environment, like the Maximum Tune right behind me, these things sell for like $25,000. So an XM machine that costs, what is it? I think 2,600 for the computer, and then anywhere between 900 to 2,000 for the game cartridges. I mean, you can see the huge difference in price there. Now, of course, they do earn differently. But still, it's just a way to. It allows an arcade like mine to get new content that I normally couldn't get. Like I can't. I'm not a big arcade. I'm not a millionaire. I wish it was, but I can't afford to get games like this all the time. Like once a year or something like that. That costs this much. But on the EXA, that does allow me to get stuff more frequently. So from that perspective, I do enjoy that. And yeah, like everybody's saying with King of Fighters, I think it would do really well. And to me, I don't think it would matter which version. 98 UM, 2002 UM, 13, whatever, it would do well. But also in my location, Ultimate Sidekicks, the soccer game, that would also do really, really well. We haven't had a good soccer game in a long time. And also a Metal Slug. Yeah, a Metal Slug would do extremely well. Whether it's a new one or a remastered old one, that would be awesome. And I'm sure fans would love to go out and play that sort of thing too. So I should talk and do this at the same time.
They still have the Tag Tournament 2 PCB. They said, I don't think Namco's going to be able to fix it because literally they can't even fix a new Tekken PCB anymore.
Yeah.
Even the US Tekken 7 machines they have no idea about. They only remember 5. And I don't know if they remember anything about 6. Oh wait, no, they did distribute Tekken 6 in America. Maybe they could help with, because I think it's the same PCB. I know it's PS3 based, 357. I think I'm right. That's what both Tekken 6 and Tag Tournament 2 run off of. They could be different, but I'd have to refresh my memory.
Here, would you just put these in, and I'm going to
Sure.
turn these machines on?
Sure thing. I got you. Makes me useful for once.
So not skinny enough to fit through that. Other camera on.
Go in.
That's new. Never made that sound before.
Yeah, the light was flickering as well. That's something.
Okay, first boot.
Hey, we got 4 Vanilla Tekka 7s Atlantis at our round 1, so.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, 2 of them have the Fate of Retribution marquee, but it doesn't have Fate of Retribution. I don't know why. I don't think it's round 1. I think it's Namco. I should have brought my electric screwdriver.
Yeah, I have an electric screwdriver somewhere.
I
forgot to
swear,
grab
I'm
it
afraid
like I
it's gonna
should.
make that error noise I hate so much.
Yeah. And like that would be a great thing too. Speaking of the Exas, like if it was able to have Namco games like Tekken, I think that would also be a big
I think Namco's still
boon
working
to
on
it
arcade
as well. But yeah, right now Namco's mainly focused on Gundam over in Japan. Because that's you have the Gundam Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Boost, I think it's called.
I think it's number, yeah. I really want to play it.
Yeah, that also is a big earner over there. So that's kind of where their focus is at. But
then you have their Gundam pods.
it would be great if they had those games.
They have a new. They're doing.
Oh yeah, we got a new update thing here. So let me move
off
this.
arcade accepting a car. Oh, I think it's adding the cars right now. I think that's what it is. Maybe I think this is the engine. I don't know.
Perhaps. Yeah.
I don't know how, but I don't know what they use to develop this game except probably C++.
Could be.
Of course, I assume C++ as a game developer myself who looked up into arcade stuff. I mean,
it's also likely that something like this they have their own engine. You know.
I mean, I know Rockwell still uses their own engine.
For a while, Rothschild, they usually develop their own in-house engines. Because the benefit to in-house engines is you don't have to pay a license to anybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, that's...
And I know on their application they still prefer C and C++ developers.
Right. Right.
Which of course is why I've been getting more into C++ more than C#, even though I prefer C#.
Oh, sorry, my nose is too big there.
You know?
Sorry.
I'd like to get a job with them still.
Oh, with Rothrills.
I mean, I graduated college in like, what, 9 months, so...
Right.
Mom's telling me try to apply for it if I can.
Yeah, unfortunately that is the case with round one. Like I've seen some stuff showing that round one's getting a ton of stuff this year, but I think it's just because there's been so much there's so much of a surplus, like a lot of stuff that's become available from Japan. So that's been common knowledge, and so
I know. I'm just here, so I don't want to.
It's nothing you told me. I'm just saying what I've seen on Twitter, and because round one themselves put out a tweet showing a bunch of cabinets, Tunatham cabinets that they're getting.
Okay, yes, we all know they're getting Tunatham, and those talking against the
and I don't know if you just saw they're getting Asphalt Legends 9.
I know that.
So yeah,
I'm the one that told you.
Well, the link was put up by LAI Games. So
yeah. Oh really? LAI posted? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So. Sorry,
all
I'm
right,
just
then,
moving around to...
Alright, seats in, so...
So All Castle Games says Kung Fu vs. Karate Champ's doing as well as Tekken 2 did. So...
You still have a Tekken 2? Wow.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll show you some gameplay as soon as this thing's done doing its thing.
I came here to play it, so you'll see me play it.
Just gotta finish getting this artwork swapped out.
I brought whatever tokens I have left, which is not that many because I haven't gotten paid in a while. So
put this up like this and see how that goes. That's what I meant. Tekken Tag 2.
Not Tekken 2. How many tokens do I have?
Okay.
Oh, I got like $4 in tokens still.
Oh, really?
That's good enough. And here we see rare ES1 screens. Yeah. This is a moment good day to capture some tech guru stuff or whatever. I'm a big nerd in part. I don't know why. I like learning how they make their versions of Linux sometimes. I mean, I really don't know. All I know is that this Linux is Debian.
Debian OS.
I'm still surprised they decided to still use the Linux ES1 when literally like the newest ones still use Windows, even the Japanese 5EX Plus.
So I'm going to change this camera to show marquees, swapping out the marquees. If you want to, you can grab another one of these chairs
You got
I
another
think
one?
these are just coming off by hand.
Here, let me go get grab one. It's Tuesday.
Anybody looking forward to the new Pac-Man Championship game?
I haven't seen too much.
I know I am.
Okay, these are actually overhand side. That makes life easier.
Yeah. But these other ones.
Wow, you really get a good view of that back marquee. Actually looks beautiful. Seeing the Double Z. And all
Double
this wood.
Z.
Honestly, I kind of wanted to get a Nissan Z now because of,
Because of Maximum too.
yeah, even though I'm
I guess
more
that's
of a,
another-
I'm still a Subaru boy.
That's another question for chat. Has Maximum Tune influenced your vehicular purchasing decisions?
I mean, I've always wanted the WRX, but literally they showed the new the 2022 WRX, and I'll be honest with you, I'm actually disappointed. Get a blue Z just like Double Z.
Right. And then whenever you pass by somebody, you can
Be
see
the
them
ultimate,
going Double Z.
be the ultimate wagon fanboy.
Right.
Oh yeah, I need to send you the link to the anime later on YouTube. It's free. Whole
Yeah, I'd love to
playlist.
check it out.
Wow, it's dusty.
Yes, it is. That's the weird thing is arcades get a lot dustier than you expect.
Exactly. Gotta keep them clean. Right? Yep. Now you do a good job.
I try.
There's Alvin. Our amusement associates do. Man, these are not tight at all.
It's been like this for a few years.
I'll be honest, that's kind of it. I always tighten mine as much as I can, but I'm not too
Well, that's the problem. I've tightened stuff before to a point where it cracked the.
well, then that's too tight.
Yeah. So. There's the old artwork.
If I had money right now, I'd buy one of those for me. I may see if there's any upstairs at work. I don't know. Unless they already threw it away. Because they do throw stuff away.
Yeah. Though I'm gonna tighten some of these brackets near the top, but
Not much.
let's see. Sorry, put my face in the camera again, which I shouldn't be doing. Projector Pac-Man. Yeah, it didn't work, Edgar, the Pac-Man Championship one, but it was an early build, so I definitely like to see how that one works out when it comes to the final release. Because how they were saying it should work was sounded pretty cool.
Do you still have your battle royale?
Yeah. So I am considering getting the new championship upgrade, and then I'll take that prototype board that I have of Battle Royale and bring it back down here and install it into a cabinet.
Oh, you have. Oh, your board's the prototype.
Yeah. I don't know how many of them exist out there.
I mean, what's the difference between the original and the prototype?
So the original, it's
I mean,
actually, can you hand me that screwdriver that you used to? Because I think that'll help tighten these ones down.
Yeah. Am I blowing
better
all
than
the
my
saga,
hands.
or can I know how it is? But, if I'm right, are both original and prototype PS2?
Yeah, well, they both, yeah. The Pac-Man Battle Royale, the original, did use a PS2 derivative board. So it's much smaller than what your typical one is. But
That's funny. Look, they redid the layers to where the roar over 300 kilometers an hour is on the back side now instead of the plexi side. Wonder why.
I don't know. Are these ones loose?
Oh, do we actually need to remove the entire bracket?
No. It just slides in.
You're just trying to make it easier?
Just since I'm here.
That's a good thing, you know, trying to make it good. Hey, by the way, your DDR hasn't been crashing lately, has it? That's good. That C card trick did work. It just took a long time to figure out how it worked. Right. You saw me going with my laptop over there, busting, we were trying to figure it out, then suddenly I got the ISO to.
Yep. Let's see if there's any other.
Power. That's gonna get stuck in my head all day. I don't know how.
For any games that are constantly repeating the same thing over and over again, I just ignore it.
I remember when I put the Max 2 that one time and you just kept hearing the whistle song.
So yeah.
Make sure I'm doing this right.
Yeah, it just slides in and then.
Alright. Alright, let me get this through. Oh, there's someone playing back here.
Oh, the wonder of hand tightening.
Yeah, they say most of my job is doing this. And of course, bowling lanes. At least you don't have to work on bowling lanes.
On a day's work. Yeah, I don't mind not doing bowling stuff.
You don't want
I almost sold bowling lanes years ago. There was a company that was interested in hiring me to sell bowling, but I was just kind of like, I really don't know much about bowling. So
I'll just say this: never rely on the MF.
it wasn't even an American company. It was a Brazilian one.
I can only think of Emply as the other bowling company because Prime Time does that. Yeah, because Prime Time heavily markets them. We're almost done with these, so. You have to screwdriver on there.
I got the kit. The kit with the bits is around here somewhere.
I thought I gave you the screwdriver to go
And I misplaced it already. But they would still need a different bit on it. Different size bits.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you had that bit on there originally. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah. So, gotta find the bit kit.
They're just stuck at 100%.
This is the right size.
That is a shiny C. It's not blue, but it's shiny.
Huh. Are there any X-Men Tune cabinets in Samoa? Because that's what it mentions right now.
X-Men is a pretty fun arcade game, actually, especially the 6-player one that I played.
We used to have it here, remember?
No, I mean, I moved here in 2019, so.
I'm sure I have it.
The only X-Men cabinet I really played was at Arcadia Retro Cage back up in Arkansas. Which, of course, I did visit there when I was gone, so.
Okay, now to put on the front pieces. Remove the plastic later.
Do this. Let's get this piece on.
I'm gonna maybe remove the.
Oh, is the plastic on there still? Man, I hope they did that at the.
Satisfying.
Okay, they better have removed the plastic on my store now because I could probably be missed easily, you know?
Right.
Not that I'll do it when I get back on Wednesday.
One thing that you might have noticed is all the lights on mine are out.
Oh, the
Should
screen
be
changed.
yeah, should be lighting it up from the bottom. And
I just noticed the screen's changed from do not turn off your computer. So. Oh crap, come on, get a line, get a line. Come on.
Where's the little nuts?
They're in my pocket.
Yeah, if you give me one, then I can fasten that on there.
Alignment with these things, you know? What's that?
This from the previous marquee?
I think that maybe was a plastic cover for the light. Take it off.
Just rip it.
It won't rip off now. Total sense.
Alrighty. Got it.
I guess next is the terminal, huh?
Yes. Let me get this up closer so you guys can see.
Oh, there's only one LED bar working, I guess. Or one's glitching.
Right, it's doing that on both sides for some reason.
Of course, with an Amco light, so that's gonna be fun to buy a new one.
This back here.
Alright, got that side, so.
Let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, that was one thing I was hoping would come with it. Is they had that at IAPA showing the new cars and high-speed monsters, and so yeah, unfortunately that did not come.
Oh, hey, look, the one
Thanks on the shirt. I was thinking about it's like I knew I was going to be live streaming today, so it's like what shirt should I wear? So I just watched Alien last night in HD, and so it's like I'm in an alien mood, and so we've got my Aliens Armageddon machine over there. Yeah, you can see that. That's
Is that light in there just always been busted, or is that
no. So
that...
these lights work. The light in this back one hasn't been working lately. So probably just a connection or something. But actually, I see now that one's green. And
Yeah,
that
I know.
one's
That's
got
why I
nothing.
mentioned.
So I don't know. Maybe it came loose
Maybe
while
that-
we were moving it around.
Or maybe it's just.
Does it run on Linux or Windows? Linux. And
the
so,
Japanese version runs Windows.
on the Keymaster music, I don't even notice it. In fact, most of the stuff here, I don't know how much you guys can hear. But you got like the old Konami Ninja Turtles going, occasionally Walking Dead, occasionally Outnumbered, occasionally Minecraft.
Every time I watch it,
Keymaster and Duck Catcher, and so to me it just kind of all blends together and I ignore it. But I know for some people, I had one guy who was working for me last year where anything like that drove him crazy.
And I can hear it in the live stream.
Yeah. So yeah, and the artwork looks great. Just the only problem is I don't know if you guys heard, for some reason the LED lights on my machines are not working. They're supposed to all be backlit, lit up, and whatnot.
Well, there's only one in the middle that's working, and then the one on the right is glitching out.
Who's my favorite winging character in story mode? Good question. I can't remember their names.
For me, it's more of the cars than the characters. I mean,
Sure.
Akio, of course, Devil Z Driver.
Yeah, I do like the Akio.
I do like the tuner guy as well, because he just looks the same.
Right.
I forget his name. He made tuner.
We're at 15% now.
Why am I an idiot?
I don't know. Well, like I said, I also just there's a lot of the characters I don't remember. Even though I sit next to this game every single day, I unfortunately don't get a chance to really play it, and so that's a problem. I wish I could play more, but can't always do that.
Actually, I do see a difference with this.
So
Yeah, There's a difference with this and that. Bandai Namco Entertainment, Bandai Namco.
Ah, yeah. I guess that's the next thing that we should do is change out the terminal graphics. Yeah.
Do we want to put this one in there or no?
Sure, why not?
I mean, it's your machine, so.
It came with it, so I might as well.
I mean, you're only going to see a different Namco logo.
See if we can get that seen at all. Kind of hard just due to how I've got things set up here. It's just due to the odd shape of the arcade that it's been a little hard to figure out where things are. I wish that they would have had a good wireless or a built-in wireless option for this. It has to be hardwired, and so that's.
You don't want me to start yet?
What's that?
Not want me to start yet?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you're getting ready. Hi guys.
Get this camera over here. It's taking a while to update.
Already off.
Okay.
And in with the new.
Here's the
I have it.
old terminal artwork.
Here's the new. No plastic on here.
Yeah, it's just like foam board. Looks nice though. I like that logo.
Yeah, look, it's definitely bigger.
Keep timing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We are experts of the first 2 minutes of every game. I mean, I have played through all of the Maximum Tunes story. It's probably been a year since I really got a chance to try it. But
after we start the Japan challenge.
Yeah, and so that's one thing with this new update. So there's 24 new cars. There's 4 new courses. There's new music. There's 5 more. Like before, you could play through Japan Challenge 5 times and earn different parts or rewards. Now you can go 10. So that's one thing that I'm definitely wanting to do is to get back into the Japan Challenge mode because I beat that only once. I didn't realize you could do it 5 times until recently, but it's like 5DX is coming, so I'll wait. But I probably should play through the story mode again and just become more familiar with the characters and all that. Yes, Hiramoto should have done that. So here's the wing and terminal subheader, I guess you could call it. Main difference seems to be that it says Bandai Namco Amusement right here instead of Bandai Namco Entertainment, which could be confusing, but so satisfying to remove that plastic. It's like having a giant cell phone.
And these screws actually work after twist. Oh, you got some more dead lights in here as well.
Wow, quite a few dead lights in there. I'm sure they cost like $200 each or something, and this should be like.
Sounds about Namco price. Sounds about right.
And on the live stream, that's like Supernova. So I don't know if you saw earlier, but I did update the terminal as well. And so first, you have to do each machine separately with the USB drive, and then you have to do the terminal. And it has a computer inside of it, just like the 2 machines. In fact, I think it's the exact same computer.
It is the same computer.
Bit overpowered, I guess, for what what the terminal needs, but it works. And so Yeah, that has been. So, any new cars? Yes. As I mentioned, there's 24 new cars. There's a couple from Lamborghini. There's a couple from Acura. And then there's more from Toyota and several of the other brands. And so I do have a video on my channel showing that. But once this is done here,
I just remembered
I'll have to show you
Okay,
guys
one doesn't have one.
that as well. I'll have to show you guys the new cars. And so we'll get there. It's 86% currently on the update. So we're almost there, looks like. Supposed to be on. Okay.
Discord.
Yeah, I couldn't remember which chapter it was. I know I've come across a chapter. There's one chapter in the story mode that always threw me off. It's like the first one or the only one that I lost. It's probably 34.
Almost done with this stuff. Yeah, there's really no difference except the amusement, the fact that it took the silver sticker off. There's no like official quality seal now. Oh my god, I'm fired. Oh no, Namco, we can set, we have to, no, we can prove the Namco. Dang it, Namco, you're getting us in trouble now.
Here's the old artwork.
Namco, I love you. Please
So it had the holographic. I don't know if I'm showing that right. The holographic Bandai Namco Entertainment sticker on there, but the new one does not have that. But I guess in part that's incorrect because this is all handled by Bandai Namco Amusements. Bandai Namco Entertainment's the home division, and so if you called them about Maximum Tune, they may not even know what you're talking about.
Guess it depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah. That often throws people for a loop when you have these different divisions in these big Japanese companies where they're basically like different companies. They don't really know what the other one's doing very often.
I need that card still. That's the new card. Almost took what I needed. Gotta get this done and we're done. That's the old one, actually.
That one's shiny.
I know. This one feels, wow, this is a different quality.
Yeah. So for the piece that Blake just removed, so here was the old piece from the terminal. Let me see if you can. There we go. So it's very good quality. It was done on. Looks like it was reverse printed on plexi, I think. So very high gloss, but this new one does not have that. It's just
cardboard.
Just cardboard or foam board or something. So lower quality, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's that Blackbird one. I can't remember. Like I said, it's been too long since I played through the story mode. So I got to do that again. Should have done it before this just so I could know what I'm talking about in the chat.
Oh, it looks like it's rebooting now, so.
Alright, cross our fingers and here we go.
be nice if the normal booting process on this is faster than what it normally is. Although it's not too bad. I mean, it's like 2.5 minutes long.
Japanese. It's faster than the ES3 boot up. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I do have a video on my channel of the different boot up times, and the longest one's been Big Buck Hunter. Although I think recently they changed something about that where it's a lot faster. I'll have to double check that again. But when I filmed it, it was like 7 minutes long to start up. Yeah. If you're playing Maximum Tune 5 or 5DX Plus, you're playing a Linux game. The year of Linux. I've sold the Bena passports through the machine before. It's just since we use tokens still, sometimes people get confused about putting 20 tokens into the machine. So I sell them at the kiosk, sell them at the front desk. Probably just need to reload the machine and can sell them from the machine. I don't have any problem doing that. Alright, let me. Due to the tight fit, it was hard to see that, but here's the 5DX Plus terminal now. The artwork all swapped out. And I'll have to show the transfer process. I'm sure for any of you that have already come across the 5DX Plus machine, you've already transferred your stuff.
I haven't transferred yet.
But yeah, I haven't done it either since I was waiting for this. But my understanding, yeah, there's the terminal boot there. From what I've heard, you only have a year to transfer your data. After that, you're hosed. So,
oh, really? They're good.
Yeah, so you want, if you have a card or whatever, you want to get that transferred as soon as you possibly can.
I think it works well with the dongle, obviously. It's booting, so.
Well, we'll see.
I mean, the dongle happens before this comes in, I think, so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hope this thing boots up quick, otherwise these things are kind of That's new! That scared me!
Yep, so that's the dongle problem with the...
That's a new sound! Huh. Duplicate board ID error. Sheesh, that's good.
I may need to call Namco about this.
Well, actually, hold on.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oops. Or see that.
I think the mechanics ran into a similar issue before.
Oh, yeah? Well, since I have our Round 1 USA technician with me right here, maybe you can figure it out.
Yeah, but I was sick, but I wasn't really able to stick with the process.
You guys weren't expecting that, were ya? Of course, we weren't either.
Yeah, they had the same error before. I'd have to ask, but I don't think they were going to respond quickly. Alright, yeah, sorry. This is what happens when I'm sick. I miss the good stuff. That's a new error tone. That scared me. I was expecting 12. Nope. You notice a different error tone? Oh, yeah. That actually scared the crap out of me. Wow. Your round one won't fix the shifters? Well, force them to. I mean, they're supposed to if it's broken. Kind of makes me sad. Usually when I get called about a broken shifter, I fix it immediately.
Sorry, what?
Apparently somebody's round one won't fix the gear shifters on their Maximum Tune machines. That disgusts me.
They're both set to first player?
Oh! First player, I get it. Go to the test menu. Oregon idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a parts
It could have
issue.
reset the order.
So it's error 2403, duplicate board ID error. The circuit board ID is already in use. So it may be something to do with the terminal.
No, I think it has
Or-
something to do with, if I'm right.
Just
Yeah,
the
look,
ID.
PCB ID number 1.
Okay.
See, look. Yeah, I forgot. Because it updated, it changed the order of the cabins, so it thinks both were player 1 cabs. They thought they were both player 1 cabs, so.
I guess that would have been something to look in the manual. It probably mentions it in the manual to change that first.
Okay.
But
You know,
or
I should-
wait for the error and then it happens.
Whoever mentioned that, thank you. I should have used my brain on that. I feel stupid. It looks like you're sold out of cards.
Well, they're sold out on the machines themselves.
Yeah.
Like I said, I
That
haven't
error
replaced
noise
them.
I still got
Haven't
a heart
replaced
attack
them,
over that error noise. I know in some of the Japanese Namco arcade games, there will be a Japanese voice prompt.
Well, in the Star Wars Battle Pod, which is Bandai Namco, that also
Had a British
has
lady?
it has something like that.
A British lady? Because Lost Land
yeah, I
does
think
it.
it's a British. I think it was a British lady. I don't know. I sold it a couple of years ago now. But yeah, whenever the lamp life span was low, it would say, you know,
It is time to replace the lamp projector.
yeah, you got to replace the
they,
bulb and all that.
Lost Land has the same kind of error message. I mean, they both probably use the same assets from Unreal Engine.
And thank you guys for throwing in that solution there. That saved me having to figure out Namco's number and call them.
Honestly, whoever mentioned that, now I feel like an idiot because that should have
That'd be a Kula GTR.
That should have been the first thing that came to my mind because
Right.
it's literally freaking, you know, you updated the software. It's not gonna probably forgotten the fact that this is cabinet 1, cabinet 2. So.
But there is a question for you, Blake. How does it feel to work as a round 1 attendant? Is it fun?
Well, I'm a mechanic, not an attendant. I mean,
You might need
As
to
a
talk
mechan-
more down to there.
as a mechanic, it's pretty fun, except for working with bowling. Now, if you want to work for another department, I have no idea what that experience is, but I would assume worse because you're talking with customers. Sorry, guys, customer service to me sucks. I hate it.
That is the thing with running an arcade. You do tend to be more of a customer service person than anything else.
I'm thirsty.
If I had any drinks, I'd offer one.
Well, I do have tokens if you're willing for me to refund them.
It's
I mean,
possible if you need it.
Because literally, I'm still waiting to get back to work so I can pick up my paycheck. I haven't been able to. I haven't been allowed to walk in work. So. Yeah, let me see how much the lottery costs. Sorry.
Just going to be cleaning down these machines a little bit here while I wait for these things to load as well. Oh yeah, it was Arcade Belgium that also mentioned that in the test menu. So thank you guys for that. Between the two of us, who's better at driving? I don't know. I've never actually challenged Blake, but since it's been very dead here today, I haven't. I'm open right now. I'm supposed to have customers in today, but this whole time we've almost had nobody here, and so sadly enough, so I might be able to have a chance to do that, to challenge Blake, and we can show you guys that. Yeah, this job would be great if it wasn't for all the blatant customers, right? I mean, it's like in any job where you're working with the public, it just takes a couple of people that are very aggressive or causing problems to
Or
ruin
don't know
your
how
day.
to press the start button.
But what I always have to tell myself is, most people are fine and most people are having fun, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is provide something fun for people to do. And I just love games, video games, I always have, and so I just want to provide gaming to people as well. Obviously, I want to make some money too, but yeah. Yeah, this video seems like work. Yeah, for an arcade operator, this probably isn't too exciting. But hopefully,
It's exciting to see a game
if
like
you're
Warner.
planning on getting the kits, then it showed you what you might need to do in case you come across any problems.
And be prepared for a jump scare sound effect that's different.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I guess, yeah, if you're fixing machines, it's different. In most situations, you're not having to deal with customers. You know, maybe a little bit, I would
You have
guess,
to deal
like
with
when they're telling you if
customers will
something
scold
wrong.
you for not fixing the machine that you don't know
Yeah.
how to do your job, and they're not even mechanics. And I'm like, you're telling me what to do, what I've been being paid for over a year now, and you have no experience with this? Let's talk, okay?
Right.
If you think you do it, let's do it. You do it, and they're like, no. It's like exactly.
Yeah.
Don't question my job. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
I've been trained.
But the hardest machine that I've ever had to set up was probably... that's a good question.
I remember setting outnumbered with you.
That's probably between the Star Wars Battle Pod and maybe House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn.
Is that a thing, really?
Or actually, Luigi's Mansion was a little bit more of a pain. So I didn't have any footage of that. So on my YouTube channel, I do have footage of the unboxing for Star Wars. But that was a bit tough because we didn't have a forklift or anything, and it kind of needed one. It was just a big, bulky.
Hold up a sec. I just
sort
noticed
of
something
thing.
about this boot up screen.
Well,
It doesn't have like a timer anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Is if we're kind of screwed up here, if I might need to restart it or what? Because it usually is supposed to be doing.
It would probably time out if it
It's-
gives up. It's checking for the internet right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this one just went to the certificate check. So.
Okay.
But
we'll see.
Also, I'm afraid. I'm
But-
sorry I have to do this, but I need to sacrifice $1.75
Okay.
back in Chase. That way I can get a drink. I'm thirsty as hell.
I'll continue that story in a second. I'm going to get. I'm going to get some refund.
He's gonna do something. It's okay, Chad. Trust me, I'm not mad at him. Sorry. I broke. I just got my Friday. I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah, once it boots, I'll be streaming some gameplay for sure. Just I am a little perplexed by this because it is a lot longer than the normal process is, and actually, I guess I'll turn off my other camera there really quick because that's just eating up my memory and battery. I guess if it's like this for a long time, then I'll just have to maybe restart it. I don't know. I would assume there would be an error message if there's something else. But either way, yeah, we'll stream gameplay as well. Maybe be able to do some verses just as long as it's still dead like this. But to that earlier question, sorry about the tangent. So yeah, Star Wars Battle Pod was really difficult, but probably the most stressful was Luigi's Mansion. But that wasn't at this location. I didn't have any footage of that because we had to get it was delivered on a dock, but it was at a different location than this one. And the dock there, it's like on this giant slope, and for having a fully assembled Luigi's Mansion arcade game, it was kind of dangerous to have to do because we had to get it off the pallet, but we also had to get it out of that room, and the exit port for where this dock was. It was in this old abandoned part of the mall there. It almost wasn't big enough. I think we actually damaged the wall there trying to get the Luigi's Mansion out. But fortunately, there was a company there with a forklift operator known as Young Auto Sports. They sent a kid over, and they were able to scoop that up and get it over into the mall. And finally, when we got it off of the pallet and got it into the mall, it was fine. But that was very, very stressful just because it was a little bit dangerous to have to deal with this machine that weighs more than a ton that could have fallen on top of us, and trying to get it out, and that it was just a big pain in the butt. But also, like, in that same, due to that same situation, the Daytona USA's that I had, getting them through there was a real nightmare. And so was the House of the Dead, Scarlet Dawn. But it was the only place that I could get those machines off. It was the only place with a dock at that particular mall. But the mall that I'm at here doesn't have any dock, but usually things are just able to be put down on ground floor. And so, like with this, if you see that unboxing video or the Star Wars Battle Pod unboxing video, everything's just ground floor, so that makes it easy. So,
It ain't my money.
oh, it did?
It ain't my money.
Oh, there's a customer service desk down there. You can go let them know. They should be able to maybe help with that. I mean, for streaming gameplay, I'm probably just going to have to point the camera at it. I've tried hooking up a direct capture card to this before, but this game runs at like 1368 by 768 or something odd like that, and the two different capture cards I've had sometimes work with that resolution, but most of the time they don't. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the lights between yellow and red, those are for indicating if the machine itself has any cards in it, from my understanding. But it also can be used to indicate other errors if there are any. At the moment, in fact, let me show you. So at the moment, this side is white, and then this side is purple down there. But what that means, I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm gonna go make sure that we didn't accidentally disconnect our Ethernet connection here, as that's very possible that could have happened where something got disconnected because it needs the internet to work. Everything's fine on the router side. I'm going to have to open up the terminal and check that, see how it's going. And hello, the Villanella X. So if you're joining us now, we're deep into the installation of Maximum Tune 5DX Plus. So I've already switched out all the artwork. So once this is posted, you can go back and watch if you like. But I also will be posting another video in 4K showing the unboxing and installation that I've been filming on the side as well. And so we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna check my terminal really quick and see, just because this symbol here, that should be green, indicating that it has internet. And since it doesn't, I'm thinking that maybe there's an issue there. I don't know. But this has to be wired up. It doesn't have wireless support. And so I'm going to check that really quick. So I'm not going away, just going off camera for a moment.
Yeah, no one's at the customer service desk. Oh boy. I'm gonna keep looking for someone. I'm gonna punch the machine on the room. I don't know anymore. I just want my train.
yeah, all the connections seem fine, from what I can tell. Although I haven't checked behind these machines yet, at least just in the terminal. But so the paper next to the shifter. So I think I saw you guys talking about shifters not working earlier. So here's what that is. It's to tell people to please be nice to the shifter. And so yeah, I'm a little bit of a jerk about it, but you know, these things are very expensive to fix, parts and everything, and so somebody comes here and starts slamming the shifter, I'll usually say, hey, please be nice to the shifter, take it easy, something like that. Sometimes people just don't care and slam it as hard as they can anyways, you know, and I want it to work for everybody, and so that's why we've got that got that set up. Yeah, sometimes they slam the steering wheels too, and usually if they're going as hard as they can on the stick shifter, then they'll be slamming the steering wheel as hard as they can too. You know, and I just like to say, hey, it's not a real car, and of course, even with a real car, it doesn't work like that. So, is that the most niche? Yeah, and see that, and that's the thing. It's like, imagine you cringing at it, where I have to pay for all this stuff. It's it's super cringe when people are doing that, where they yank on these seats here, and it's really annoying just because of how much it costs. And so I want these things to work the same for everybody. But when you have some jerk come in and most of the time they're not even playing the game. You know, they won't even buy tokens. They're just coming. They're walking the mall and they see the game and they come in. Ooh, a stick shifter, and they hit it as hard as they can, and then they leave. And it's like, thanks, jerk. So, but yeah, so I've seen that. But the most niche game that I would have here, I guess, since we're still waiting for this to load, I can show you. I should have enough battery on my laptop here to do a tour, but it'll be. I hate the delay on this thing. So some of the arcade is off right now. I usually do that to save on electricity because, like, this entire time that we've been streaming here, you know, the mall's been dead, and there's, as you can see here, there's pretty much nobody out and about at this time of day. You know, there's school and all that stuff, and so there's just no point in having all the games on. Sometimes that does confuse people. They're like, oh, your arcade is closed or all the games are broken. It's like, no, I'm just trying to save a few bucks on electricity because out of all the tenants in the mall, an arcade will end up spending a lot more on electricity than anybody else. And so, but as you can see here, I have some pretty common games. Walking Dead, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 89, Jurassic Park. Got our pinball machines here with all pretty common ones. You know, Addams Family, most famous one. Mandalorian. Austin Powers is broken at the moment, just waiting for a part to arrive. Ghostbusters, Space Shuttle, Dirty Harry, Terminator 2, Family Guy, Dracula. So nothing really esoteric there. But over here in the kind of center part of the arcade, and yes, hey Les, how's it going? This is live, so can interact with you in the chat as you go. And yes, do have a dance game over there. Got DDR Extreme. The marquee says DDR Max 2. I just need to get an Extreme marquee, but I just haven't yet. And I guess before I continue on over there, just here down this aisle here, some more common games. You know, Minecraft Dungeons. Outnumbered is a little bit niche. It's not very well known. It's by LAI Games. I have some videos of that. It's cool. I should check it out if you haven't before. Aliens Armageddon and Big Buck Reloaded. And then, of course, we have DDR. Here's one that I was talking about earlier that the board is currently out for update and repair. And thank you, Xavier. I appreciate that. And this is the Exa Arcadia. And so it's essentially like the Neo Geo MVS. And so I actually have them both right next to each other. And so this has game cartridges in it that you can swap out. And that allows, as I mentioned earlier, allows me as an operator to get my hands on brand new games for a lot less than what most of these big dedicated games cost, quite a bit less. And so in that, I love that it is great for me in that regard, but also it's allowing games that we haven't had in the arcade in a long time to come back. And so what I have for this one, I have a fighting game, a one-on-one fighting game, brand new. Um, I have a platformer game, a 2D platformer. It's called Gimmick Exact Mix. I have footage of that on the channel. And so that would be pretty niche. I have a scrolling shoot 'em up called Aqua and Blue Type R. And then I have another scrolling shoot 'em up called Retra Hexa. And so it's just like brand new shoot 'em ups and brand new fighters in the arcade. You pretty much haven't had those in years. And so that's what I really like about the Exa is that it can bring that stuff back. And so that's among my most niche stuff. But as I was about to mention on this center pole area here, so Hot Racers, it's a game for kids, but I actually see a lot of teenagers and adults play it. So it actually does really, really well. So if you are an arcade operator, I'd highly recommend you get a game like this, because even though it's not much of a big game, it's pretty basic, it does extremely well. But for my really niche stuff, that would probably be these two games right here. And I've done some videos on these, so if you want to see more of these in action, you can. The Act, an interactive comedy, only 40 of these were made. And so this really is a prototype. I got my kit off of eBay, and I put it into this old Beachhead 2000 cabinet. Unfortunately, the control is not original right now. It came with a knob controller, and sorry, kind of off center there, and but a trackball works for it. So there's that, but then there's also this Deathstalker, the Spectre Files Deathstalker, this was originally a Laserdisc game that was in development back in 1985, and it got canceled when it was 99% done. But the guy who created it, Brian Collin, who is the creator of Rampage and Ark Rivals and a bunch of other Midway games that you're probably familiar with. This is the game he was working on before Rampage, but he found all the footage. He worked with Galloping Ghost Arcade, which I'm sure many of you have heard of there, and they digitally remastered this, restored it, and released it as a very limited edition, limited release. I only know of 4 of these out there. So this one's very, very, very hard to find. So this is probably my most niche one out of all of them. Yeah.
Do you know where like there's security in this place anywhere? Or
They're usually walking back and forth.
Yeah, I don't see anything though.
Yeah, they usually in the center court area, but they should have like security jackets on. But
yeah,
I haven't seen them today really because I haven't been paying attention. But
yeah, I can't find anybody. I've been walking around the mall and I'm getting more exhausted.
Maybe just hang out in the center area or hang out here in the front, and they'll be there eventually. So yeah. But
that's a fun time.
See. Right.
Also, you got the 16 one working.
Yeah, which isn't mine, but
So did you have to climb in there, or did you?
Yeah, I figured it out. I got it opened.
Like control panel that was wired up?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Told ya.
I can't remember exactly. But this is another niche game. This is an indie game called Cosmotrons. So I've had this for a little while, and it's basically Gravitar, the old Atari Gravitar. If you're not familiar with that, think asteroids with gravity, but no asteroids, just ground. I know that's kind of strange, but this one is also pretty niche, but it's a 4-player game. And so if you really give it a chance, give it some time, it's pretty cool. In the back, I have a couple of racers, Strikers 1945-2, NBA Jam, NBA Hoops. But it's actually broken. I'm waiting on that to come back. I think somebody mentioned in the chat, classic games. So I do have a classic section here, and even got a sign. See if that you can see that. All right, our classic corner. But Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, and these are originals. I don't do emulated stuff. And Namco Classic Collection with Pac-Man, Rally X, and Dig Dug. Pitfall 2, which not a lot of people know about, but I guess with the news today that Activision got bought out by Microsoft, this is maybe now a Microsoft game. And I have an Armed Police Bat Rider in this cabinet over here. I need to make a marquee for that. Here's a rare one. It's not niche, maybe, or maybe it is, but Taito's Chase HQ2. Not a lot of people know about this one. It was about 2006, 2007 where they did that. But it was the Chase HQ from 1988, but it was remastered in 3D. Blazing, Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II, Assault. This one's pretty niche, but this one I'm probably going to piece out, sell the parts off, and just turn the monitor side into a different game. Allied Tank Attack by Enjoy Motion, who I believe is no longer in business. And got Air Hockey and Foosball. Got Star Wars Trilogy Arcade, The Simpsons, Knights of the Round, and Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. And then got our fighter group over here, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, Super Street Fighter 2. Got a Primal Rage, but it's down right now, and of course our Neo Geo. So hope that that's a really long way of answering that question there. Let's go back to Maximum Tune and see. Oh, looks like it's still just doing the same thing. Huh. Don't know if any of you working at round one have seen this or came across the same sort of thing. It says game server connect check, so I don't know if it's got a problem there or I may need to restart it all. But let me see if there's any other questions here that I might have missed. Sorry. And let's see. So yeah, here I have Dance Dance Revolution. I don't have Hatsune Miku. I do at my other location. I have Stepmania X or Step Maniacs. I have a Re-Rave Plus, but that's all I have for rhythm stuff right now. It's kind of hard to compete with rhythm games here, especially with round one. Or I guess Blake's not here to challenge me back on that, but it's tough because most of the rhythm gamers will just go to round one USA because they know that they're going to have all that stuff. And it's really hard to compete with them because I just don't have the resources to compete with that. And how big's the store? This one is 3,300 square feet per the contract, per the lease. My other store is 2,500 square feet, so it's a little bit smaller. And yeah, that's the thing is Sega Rhythm games really are a round one thing because they just have the resources and connections to be able to buy a lot of stuff straight from Japan that somebody like me, if I wanted to, I'd probably have to buy a whole container or I'd have to get in on a bunch of other operators with a container, and that's just not feasible a lot of the time, and it's just really, really expensive. I know there's ways to do it, but I'm not an expert in some of those imports. What's more popular between Chaos Code and Kung Fu? Probably Kung Fu. Although recently I did move Chaos Code back to the other location where it seemed to be doing a little bit better. When I had them both here, Kung Fu still came out on top. But, I mean, I personally like Chaos Code a little bit more. It's a little closer to like Marvel versus Capcom than whereas Kung Fu's maybe a little bit like Virtua Fighter. And yeah, Gimmick Exact Mix is fun, but it's tough, tough as nails, and so that's a hard one to go at there. And let me reconnect this before my battery dies. Thanks about the shirt. And yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's helpful for arcades, especially independent arcades, to have things that are exclusive, unique. It's just unfortunately sometimes nobody plays them. So like that Deathstalker game that I mentioned, it's cool, it's fun, but it's actually my worst earning game out of everything, and so that's sad. And yeah, so we're still just waiting here on this. Just don't know if I should shut these off. I don't want to damage anything, but the certificate check never takes this long, and it usually has some kind of number scrolling on there. So maybe what I'll do is I'm going to shut off the circuit, turn it back on and see what happens. Although I guess before I make that move, I should double check the manual and see if they say anything. Yeah, it doesn't say anything in the manual here, so I may need to still give the Namco a call and find out. Maybe that's. I just saw a security guard go right past here.
I know, I was just talking with them. He told me to call their 800 number.
Oh, gotcha. So
And they're
I'll
on
just-
hold.
Gotcha. Well, I may be calling Namco here just to see if there's a phone number. To see if this is normal for it to be taking such a long time to boot up. But they do not have a phone number in the manual, and on their website they don't have a phone number. So, kind of perplexed by that. Guess I missed it, overlooked it, which is possible. Huh. Go back to looking for Namco's phone number so that we can see what to do here. Yeah, on the Bubble Bobble 3, that's also kind of a niche game, I would say, just because it's not a lot of people know that there was a third Bubble Bobble. I mean, there was Bubble Memories, which was Bubble Bobble 2, I think. It was a Bubble Symphony. But, you know, that one I didn't think was really a Bubble Bobble game. It had the same characters, but you weren't blowing bubbles, you're throwing rainbows or whatever. So, yeah. Okay. I know somebody at Namco, so I'm texting them to see if they have a phone number for me to call. Stuck on the certificate check. How long has it been on this screen now? What, 30 minutes or more? Alright, let's see if that gets me anywhere. And one of these seats is kind of loose.
It looks like I'm getting a voucher in the mail and no drink.
Voucher in the mail, yeah, that's great.
No drink, though.
Poor Blake, he tried to get a drink from a vending machine and it stole his money.
Let me try another vending machine if I really want to try this game.
Well, I would suggest go to the pretzel maker. They have the fountain drinks. And that way you know you won't have your money stolen.
Yeah, true.
You can just get your fountain drink
That
that way.
I guess I'll do a number 2. I'm not going to be able to play the game anymore, am I?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. It's, you know, just been
One,
sitting
two,
here
three,
forever now.
four.
And doesn't seem like that's correct.
I only have 10
normally
tokens left.
Right.
Ah, shoot.
But I don't know how, if
Ugh.
I'll get an answer from Namco quickly or not.
Yeah, I'm not going to cash it anymore. I'll just head for Sound.
The Nerd Store also might have,
Huh?
huh. I got another text about a new Raw Thrills game.
Oh, really?
Huh.
Let's see if there's a water fountain.
Not from somebody at Raw Thrills, mind you. But one of my nice moles. But asking if I've heard anything about a South Park game from Raw Thrills. I had not heard about that. So maybe that video I did recently where I was musing that the new game that Raw Thrills would be unveiling would be Tecmo Bowl. Maybe that got canceled, and maybe they're doing South Park. I don't know. I'll see if there's more information. But if you're still on the stream, I mean, I know it's not exciting right now, but I guess that was a good reason to hang in there. For well, we got a new error. That just made me jump out of my skin. Okay, so touch panel initialize error. Please initialize touch panel in test mode. Okay, so maybe that's what we're needing to do. So let me get the keys to the terminal. Jeez. So for some reason, it thinks my touch panel is not active, and I didn't see anything to initialize the touch panel in test mode. So maybe it's something over here. Okay, back to the. Oh, you just missed another screaming error. Oh, please initialize touch panel in test mode. But I don't know. I couldn't find anything that said that.
Did you know that they charge you money to get water at the pretzel place? I'm doomed.
If I have water, I'd be happy to. What is going on?
Well, it's online at least.
It's just, I don't know what it wanted me to do. Because I don't see anything about initializing.
Same error.
Okay. Alright. So these look like software errors. Let me.
Here, can I try some?
Go ahead. Got a round one technician here, so he's. Let's see what he can do.
Go to IO interface. Steering wheel.
Open the frequently asked questions page of the manual. It doesn't mention anything about this. Oh, that seems to be.
I had to manually initialize it.
Oh, hey, that works.
And you're only charging 50 cents?
No, that's
what
what
a
it.
deal!
Well, that's what it set it to. But also
We're
sounds really loud, but it looks like we'll have to do it on that side.
You're charging 50 cents. What a deal breaker! Yes, I can play after all.
I don't have to choose it yet. Yep, it was a calibration issue. So,
My ears!
yeah, both of our ears. Let me see if I can get this laptop set up on something a little higher, and then Blake and I will do some versus playing.
I can't take that anymore. You want me to turn the volume down on these?
Yeah, so the volume's at maximum on everything. By default.
Okay, thank you for that. What's your preferred levels?
Probably like 2. Near the beginning of the stream, I don't know how many of you are here for that, but yeah, the Namco just, they go crazy with their sound settings. May change it to 3 later, but for now that's fine.
I think that's fine.
So,
We now need to change the pricing, don't we?
you can do that afterwards. So.
The way I'm only going to play for 50 cents?
Yeah.
In that case, are you okay if I, I'm sorry, I'm thirsty! I forgot there's more than one... I gotta get...
You need another refund?
wow.
Oh yeah, I guess we should show you transferring your stuff. So let me.
Kind of crap. I'm just gonna do bills. It's fine.
Okay, so let me give Blake a refund real quick.
You can blame the vending machine, Sean. You can blame the vending machine. I'm so sorry. I really think that it's just like my dream. I'm gonna go to the other side of the wall now.
Okay, let me see if transferring your 5DX Plus stuff works here. So I got my Banana Passport, which most people lovingly call the Banana Passport. Make sure my other is there. Okay, there we go. Huh, okay. Oh, my Japan challenge has been reset. Okay. Welcome to 5DX Plus. By the way, we do have a team, Arc Heroes. I believe Blake's the leader of that one, but then looks fairly similar except for the acquired Maxi G payout, except special items. I'm not sure what that is. But if you're not familiar with this, then it's the terminal that you have a garage where you can go in and adjust your cars and stuff. Looks like I have space for one more new car. This is the one that I have the most progress on. Maxi Shop. Purchased with Maxi G, so that must be new. I haven't played the 5DX Plus yet, so that's probably why I don't have anything for that yet. No, I don't have the most incredible setup of parts and all that. Let's save, and then that changes my car. Okay. Thank you very much. So pretty easy to transfer your data. You just want to make sure you do that sooner rather than later. Sure, you can share the link. Banana card, yeah. Yeah, hopefully they do some challenges. I mean, there was the tournament that happened earlier in the year and stuff, and so here's hoping that there are more tournaments and challenges and things like that that can take place. Oh, there was a crown reset. So I do have one guy who comes in every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or usually sometimes Fridays. But he plays this game every weekend, and he, for a time, had all the crowns on the game, but there's been some back and forth there, of course. So, let me get my camera set up a little better here for that, and for our versus mode, and then we'll be able to at least see that. But I will be recording this with my 4K camera as well, and I'll post that up soon. Depends on how long it takes me to edit it all. But yeah, I'll have more footage of this coming. So just hold tight. Just got to remember to take my tools off of the machine, which I had left on there. Yes, somebody will definitely be trying to find those crowns. That's for sure. Also don't want to leave my wallet on the machine. Yeah, so like you can kind of see here right now, all the venue ranking Outrun Stars has been all reset to guest.
I did it! Also, I got 3 quarters if you want to put it back. Oh! I was literally dehydrated, so. What's left?
Well, it's all good. So I'm just looking to set this camera here for the laptop so that it's a little higher.
Oh, you want to compete?
And then we can show people what they've been asking for, which is some gameplay.
Probably should transfer my data.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fast.
Oh, do you already show it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Let's
See how we're looking here.
Thing is, though, do I want to start with a new car yet or no?
It's up to you, but you still want to transfer your data.
That's fine, of course.
Regardless.
I mean, I do have that,
Okay, I need to get this a little higher.
Hey, the music's the same on here. Yeah. That's disappointing. And it's been transferred.
Okay. Does that look good, guys?
Checking this out. Hi, data. Thanks for the introduction of 90X Plus.
I know it's not the best looking connection, but like I said, I will be filming our match with my 4K camera here too. So let me get a little bit closer.
We did it.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, let's do this.
Stay hydrated, people. Notice the lights are different colors, so I can't see.
Yeah, for some reason. Okay, you ready?
Switch tab. Or you may want to close your doors.
Alright.
I've been waiting a long time for this, people!
Let's go to Leroy Jenkins.
Let's do this! Wait a minute, where's my beta passport?
That's different. I mean,
Oh yeah, I heard the intro music.
yeah, I've heard it before.
Oh crap, Hooray! Oh yes, new music! Now this is what I'm talking about, people! Oh, fresh. Alrighty. Oh, I love that transition to the car, so. Damn. This is new? Yeah. I don't know what is this.
can't see it on the stream. When another player races against your online ghost, then they'll send you a stamp. By challenging that player, you'll be able to receive the stamp. So, okay, I remember reading about this. That this is
I like this music. Okay, this is some nice music.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same artist. He was a Pussy Hero.
Oh yeah, I love the artist. This is uplifting, honestly. This music, I like it.
Wholesome.
Ah.
Yes, it is the loudest intro music for Wayne.
Reason I can say it? Head no, because that's not us. I want to challenge you.
Do it later. I'll just skip that.
Exit. The fonts are a bit different, actually, in the transitions.
Yeah.
See, look, that looks more crisp. That looks a bit more... Okay, there are some changes, I can tell.
Yeah.
I can notice minor changes visually. Okay, let's do a new one.
Oh, really? Yeah, kick that.
Okay, now we get the... Thanks a lot, Adam.
I wasn't thinking.
You were too excited.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your... You know the anthem button, you can change your music, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of too late now. Oh, wow, this looks enhanced. I like this. I am loving this. Better hurry! Look how you're being You had to go help. You gotta go move something, Chad.
As the food can't be in here.
I waited for you. You're welcome. Oh, I see how it is.
I didn't know. I thought you were already in here.
No, I'm a nice guy.
That's a fun turn.
Bye.
Let's go. I don't remember seeing a Namco slide on the side of the road.
Oh, I didn't. There was one? I never noticed it.
No, there never was.
I didn't see one. Consumers are good for drifting, you know? I noticed how it's more cloudy instead of starry.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of like that, you know? Oh, that's a new way to transition into the, you know, that's a new transition. I noticed the UI details quite well.
That's right.
Oh boy. The pain of running into a truck. And this first race in this location goes to the Plank Beauty. First race, and I win.
Dastardly yellow trucks.
Oh yeah, I do. Oh, that was fun. Forever and ever. I am not alone. Why did you say that? Do I get a free game still? Yes, I do. It didn't have the UI saying you get.
Let's give it one more match.
This time on a new freaking course. Sensor. Says some new stuff.
I like Fallen Angel.
Oh, just look at Oh, I have to complete it all over again, huh? In order to get the maximum 2-4 track, looks like we gotta do story mode again, according to Akula GDR, so. I'm a nice guy, people. Oh, he's gotta turn games on, he'll be back. Yes, 5EX Plus. Everybody say 5EX Plus in the chat. I told you I'm nice! Alright, let's go! I even shipped your gear back for you. Get a good view of the city. Oh no, they changed the Pac-Man on the truck. Did you notice that? I didn't. Apparently they gave the different Pac-Man design on the truck, the one that looks more cartoony, the one I hate the most. What? Okay, that's a downfall. They did that Pac-Man design. See, if you look at Pac-Man, it looks, I hate it. I hate it. That's what I hate. Okay, that's gonna be my biggest gripe is that design of Pac-Man. Ah! That was. red! That's a very sharp turn! This makes no sense, actually! Oh, okay, now it's red and it's strong. Okay, yeah, that's strong. What the heck? No! No! Oh! Oh, that was fun. Okay, I question those sharp turns. I question
that was a bit crazy.
those sharp. That should have not been. That should have been red. That should have been freaking red. That should have been freaking red the entire time.
Well, that's less embarrassing than running into another vehicle. So.
Yeah, you did that. Oh, great. Now I have to pay.
I need to be moving on. Maybe I'll let them.
One more. Best 2 out of 3.
That's 2 out of 3. Let me.
What else is there? Oh, let's go to Hiroshima. We'll definitely not throw a bomb in there. I'm sorry for making a World War II.
That's not endorsement.
I don't endorse it. We already chose Hiroshima, Starlight. I'm sorry. Someone wanted us to do Kobe.
Do what?
Someone recommended Kobe. We already chose Hiroshima.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I didn't see it. But,
You know, it loads in. Hey, it loads fast.
Yeah.
That loads
It does
fast.
actually seem to be loading faster.
That's good.
Which is a bonus.
It probably did clear out the entire drive while installing. Last one. No delay start. I hate how they changed the design on Pac-Man.
Did it bug you?
At least I didn't do it on my car. I would be pissed then. Having fun? Oh, bitch! Whoa, that's tight! That was tight!
Yeah.
That was so tight! No! No! Oh, okay. No! 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 Oh, shit.
Yo!
Woo! That freaking fence! And okay, Namco, what the heck was with the turns? They need to be red. Some of those do not feel like a yellow.
Great Wall of China.
You got the Great Wall of China.
I don't know.
But that doesn't make sense.
Not always supposed to, I guess. Now let me go tune around a couple more games for the customers that are here. And then we'll do Kobe.
I'll go and set up Kobe. Or Kobe, however you say it. Kobe time.
Alrighty.
Oh, I love this one. They really polished the UI.
That's nice.
Overall thoughts so far?
I like it.
Big improvements.
Well, this is really good because I constantly get customers who are confused when it sits there forever loading. So the improved loading time is much.
Love the song selection, of course. What were those things?
This is a nice looking track.
I quite like this track. Oh, we gotta wait, we gotta wait, we gotta wait, we gotta wait, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Is Kobe a nice city, Akula? I don't really know about Kobe so much. Never really even heard of it until now, actually. Apparently, Kula says I should go to Kobe in real life.
I'd love to go to Japan.
I'm dude, that's my plane vacation, and I can afford to go to Japan. And hopefully then there'll still be video games about and hopefully there'll still be video games about UFO catchers. Am I right? No! What foolishness! No! 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 No!
It's your turn.
No! 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 I refuse to beat! I refuse to beat! Dad's probably being like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? God, please make Adam run into a truck.
I already did that.
Do it again. Do it again. Yeah, I can't even grind anymore.
Oh!
I literally just got so distracted in my own thoughts.
It happens. I ran into the
Or
things
even,
both
dude,
times.
you too, so. I already got that achievement. Forever and ever.
Oh, it's not that scary to go 700 and up.
Well, I'm out of money.
Well, and I need to be paying attention to customers. So, thank you guys for checking out this stream. So, I'll be posting more of this on the channel and with my 4K camera. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video or stream, whatever that is.
Bye. Thanks for having me here.